What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started today, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I put together a very special build for y'all. Now, I'm going to be calling it the 3-level stretch rebounder, but this build is actually going to come out to a catfish defensive anchor out of the center position. Now, this build, I'm telling y'all, going to be really special. We're going to be able to get sharpshooting, glass cleaning, and rim protecting takeover. And then when it comes down to our animations, you do have the potential to get contact dunks. Now, once we get into the attributes at the height of 7'2", we're going to be able to get a 100 plus when it comes down to our 3-point shot, our interior defense, block, as well our offensive and defensive rebound. Now, this player, regardless of how we're making it today, I'm telling y'all, we're going to be able to dribble at this height, and it's really going to remind me of Bobo. Now, as you can see from the gameplay, we're really able to do a little bit of everything. So before we get any further into this video, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, I would really appreciate it if everybody commented down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. So this is easily one of the best centers that we can make when it comes down to next gen. So let's go ahead and get started with the creation. Now, as far as when it comes down to the body settings, you can make the adjustments to your own liking, but today I really do believe that these are going to be the most important. So go with the height of 7'2". As for the weight, I decided to go ahead and put this to 232. And then for the wingspan, I'm going to go ahead and put this to 8 feet exactly. Now, the body shape, it really comes down to how you want to go about this. If you'd rather take up the most space, go ahead and pick build. But if you wanted to go with define, that's another really good option. Now from here, we're all set to move forward and get into the breakdown of the attributes. So I want to go ahead and get started with our physicals. So as for the speed, I'm going to put this to a 62. As for the acceleration, leave it at a 47. Now when it comes down to our strength, I'm going to go with an 80. As for the vertical, put this to a 76. And then when it comes down to our stamina, I'm going to go with an 88. Now do take into consideration the +4 that you get from your Gatorade workouts or the gym rat badge, and these numbers are really going to be looking a lot better. Now, whatever area you decide to go ahead and make your own adjustments towards on this build, make sure that you first copy exactly how I'm bringing it to y'all, and then we're going to be able to move forward. So with the defensive area, when it comes down to the rebounding, go with the 99 for the defensive. As for the offensive, I'm going to go with an 89. Now, when it comes down to the block, I really think it's going to be perfect if you put this up to a 93. And then moving on to when it comes down to our steal, I decided to go ahead and put this to a 63. Now for the perimeter defense, go with the 64. And then when it comes down to the interior, I decided to go with an 86 for a total of 31 defensive badges. Now the ones that I like are Challenger, Glove, and Interceptor. But then also, we get Hall of Fame Box Out Beast, Workhorse, Chase Down Artist with Gold Anchor, Pogo Stick, and then Rebound Chaser. Now when it comes down to the playmaking, all you need to do for this area is go with the 76 pass accuracy. Now for these badges, you're pretty much going to be close to equipping every single one. But the ones that I like are Clamp Breaker, also Mismatch Expert, and Special Delivery. But I think the most important will be Break Starter. Now yes, I showed y'all we're going to be able to dribble with a 41 ball handle. Pretty much nothing put towards this area. Now when it comes down to the shooting, go with the 78 when it comes down to our 3-pointer. As for when it comes down to the midi, leave it at a 63. And then moving on to the free throw, I'm going to go with the 71 for 12 badges. Now I like Agent 3, Mini Magician, Amp, Space Creator, Volume Shooter, with Green Machine, and then even Claymore. Now if you want to, add 3 extra badges towards this area, and we're going to be able to get limitless range on the bronze tier. Now as far as when it comes down to this build, we're pretty off to a great start for the offensive end. Now when it comes down to the finishing, go with an 82 when it comes down to our standing dunk. And as for the driving dunk, go with an 80. Then right here we're going to leave the layup at a 60, and then go with the 76 when it comes down to our close shot, and right there we get 15 badges. Now we get Acrobat, Limitless Takeoff, Fearless Finisher, Pro Touch, and Slithery all out of tier 1. Then we also get Posterizer on bronze, Silver Backdown Punisher, and then I think tier 3 is solid as well, especially with the Rise Up, Masher, and Fast Twitch. Now I'm happy with Bully out of this build. Now if you had everything up together as of season 6 with the extra badge upgrades, we're going to be able to get anywhere from 72 to 78 badges off of RIP. Now look, take into consideration the plus 4 to 5 from buying your own boost, the additional boost that we get from playing better throughout a game. Now if you run with a teammate that has some Hall of Fame floor general, that's another plus 4. Now look, finally, once you activate your takeovers, that's a plus 10 towards 2 separate areas, and I think it makes a huge difference when it comes down to a lot of these builds. So as you can see, we get the sharpshooting, rim protecting, and then we get the glass cleaning. Now my favorites when it comes down to this setup, first I would go with Limitless Range. The second one, pick between Paint Intimidation and See the Future Takeover. However you decide to go about this, I think both of these are a great option. Let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that we made the build correctly. And if you followed along every single step of the way, we should be getting these 3 comparisons. And as y'all can see, we have created the 3-level stretch rebounder, which comes out to this catfish defensive anchor, and we're really able to do a little bit of everything, which makes it the best. Now look, let me know down below your thoughts and opinion on this creation. Did you make it exactly how I brought it to y'all, or did you recreate your own version? Now look, however you decided to go about your takeovers, add up the boost and you're going to be able to see what this build is actually able to do at its max potential. But my favorite thing about this build is definitely the defensive versatility moving to the offense. Now from here, we're all set to move forward to get into the breakdown of the badges. Now for the finishing, I'm going to go with Brown Slithery, Posterizer, Core Rise Up with Silver Backdown Punisher, Fearless Finisher, Limitless Takeoff, and Gold Pro Touch. Now I think these are all of the most important badges when it comes down to this setup, and if you want to, add 1 extra badge towards this area and we're going to be able to equip Rise Up on the silver tier. Now as far as for the rest of the badges, go about this to your own liking and don't forget about Bully. Now for the shooting, I'm going to go with Bronze Agent 3, Midi Magician, Silver Amped, Comeback Kid with Core, Green Machine. Now I'm also going to run Gold Space Crater and Volume Shooter. And if you want to make the extra effort to add extra badges towards the shooting area, we're going to be able to equip Limitless Range on top of our takeover, and these are actually going to be the jump shots that we can pick and recreate from. Now go about this to your own liking, but as far as when it comes down to the playmaking, I'm going to go with Brown's Clamp Breaker, Mismatch Expert, Vice Grip with Bailout, and then Gold Core Break Starter with Special Delivery. Now on top of this, you did see from the gameplay just how well and smoothly we're able to dribble. I think it's a really fast 7-2 center. Now when it comes down to the defense, I'm going to go with Brown's Interceptor, Glove Challenger with Silver Post Lockdown, Gold Anchor, Core Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser with Chase Down Artist, Box Out Beast, and then Workhorse. Now this is what the build is going to be looking like completely, and if you followed along to the very end, thank you for your support. More so than anything, thank God for another day and another opportunity. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from. And I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.